Hey, what's up guys? This is another 615 and welcome to the second episode of my Best Gun in Call of Duty Ghosts series. So in this episode, we're going to be going over the best assault rifle in the entire game of Call of Duty Ghosts, and we're going to look at some attachments that are good for this weapon. We're going to see why this is the best weapon in Call of Duty Ghosts, and we're also going to see some class setups. So let's get right into it. I need to first put down some ground rules, as I've stated in my other previous video. I don't want any bad comments, as these are my opinions. I'm just putting these out to help you guys. If you use them, great. If you don't, that's no big deal. But these are my opinions, so I don't want to have any negative stuff in the comment section, okay? So with all that, let's get right into the video. The best assault rifle in Call of Duty Ghosts. As you guys can see, I am playing with the SC-2010. And that, in my opinion, is the best assault rifle in Call of Duty Ghosts. Now, I got a lot of reasons for this to be the best assault rifle in Call of Duty Ghosts, and I will see a lot of you guys use this weapon because it's a really good weapon. I like this weapon, and as you guys can see here, I'm using the foregrip on it. And if you can't see, I'm using a muzzle brake on this weapon too. Those are the real good attachments that work on this weapon. And I know in the last video I said that it would be a three-way tie against the assault rifles. But after a little more experimenting with each assault rifle, I have found out that the other two that I was going to put in this three-way tie weren't as good as the SC-2010. And I got reasons for that. I'll explain at the end of the video. But let's first see why the SC-2010 is the best assault rifle in Call of Duty Ghosts. The first reason is the SC-2010 almost has zero recoil. This weapon has like almost no recoil. This is like a no recoil weapon, so you will always get your shots on target. I have shot like from one side of the map to the other side of the map with this weapon, and I haven't missed a shot. With the iron sight, I don't put any optics on this weapon because really there's no point. This thing is accurate as hell. You don't need to put anything on this weapon. It is super accurate, except for the vertical foregrip, which just increases your accuracy to incredible heights. But you don't really need a sight because the iron sights on the SC-2010 are really good, and the vertical foregrip is the only real attachment you need for accuracy. So vertical foregrip is a must on this weapon if you want to have all your shots hit your target. And another attachment that I prefer to use, and that's also a essential and kind of rewarding attachment, is the muzzle brake. The muzzle brake is great because this weapon is kind of a low shot weapon, so is a low damage weapon, sorry. So yeah, it's a low damage weapon, so you want to make sure that all your shots are hitting your target. So the muzzle brake will just increase your 3-shot range to a farther distance, and it'll also increase the damage as the range increases. So really good attachment. These are the two attachments that I prefer, and I want you guys to kind of use these because this gun will perform extremely well with those attachments. I never skip those attachments when I'm making any class setup with this gun. I've heard a lot of class setup, and I always use those attachments. So yeah, those are really good attachments. Must be on this gun if you want it to work perfectly and extremely accurately. So yeah, those are the two attachments that you want on this gun. And some other reasons why this gun are better than the other ones is that, first of all, the accuracy on this thing is incredible. Second of all, this gun performs really well, not just in long ranges, but in mid distances too, and sometimes in close range. This really doesn't compare with the SMGs in close range, but if you use it a little bit if you surprise your enemies with this gun, you can even take them down when they have SMGs and shotguns. If you can like flank them and do all that, you will win close quarters battles with this gun too, because the hipfire spread on this is actually not that bad. It's pretty good. And the range on this and accuracy is amazing, as I've said a million times before. I still can't get over with it because it's such an accurate weapon. So yeah, if you guys know me, I really depend on accuracy a lot so I try to get attachments to weapons that have good accuracy. And this one is one of them. I gotta tell you, this is like the best assault rifle in Call of Duty Ghosts. So now let's talk about the other two that I was gonna put in this until I did some more testing with them and found out that this was the best. The first one is the Honey Badger. I know that a lot of you guys like this weapon, and some of you guys don't really like this weapon. But I'm gonna tell you why I had thought of putting it in the three-way tie. First of all, the Honey Badger has a really good rate of fire, higher than some SMGs and on par with some. The hip fire accuracy for the Honey Badger is really good. The only problem with it is recoil. If it had lower recoil, if it had recoil as good as this, that weapon would be the best assault rifle in Call of Duty Ghosts. But the problem with the recoil is it doesn't perform well at long range distances. It performs okay at mid range. It does good at close range. So I usually go for the mid range. So I depend a lot on accuracy. So that's why that wasn't in this. But just in case you guys are using that and you like to use that, some attachments that I would suggest are the any sight, but I prefer using the thermal sight. I prefer using the thermal sight because it's like a tracker. It can like track enemies and you can kill them, and you can flip it up to get an holographic sight, which provides more vision around the sight when you're aiming down sights. So thermal scope, I use it on my Honey Badger, and another one is the vertical foregrip. Vertical foregrip I use on like almost all of my loadouts on any gun, on like SMGs, assault rifles, any gun. I use vertical foregrip. Amazing accuracy. So vertical foregrip and thermal for the Honey Badger, and the other one that was in the three-way tie was the MSBS. Now a lot of you guys probably like this weapon. The MSBS is a 3-shot burst assault rifle, and it does extremely high damage. It is the highest damage assault rifle in Call of Duty Ghosts. The only reason I didn't pick this, and it also has pretty good accuracy and all that, the only reason I didn't pick this is because it's a 3-shot burst. I do not like 3-shot burst rifles. You guys may love 3-shot burst rifles, and if you do, that is the weapon for you. That is a killing machine. All you gotta do is be really accurate with it. So I like a accurate automatic firing gun, not an accurate burst rifle. So I didn't pick that after a lot more testing. But if you guys do like to use that weapon, some attachments that I suggest are the muzzle brake. I use that on most of my loadouts on any kind of weapon, assault rifle, SMG, anything like that, and vertical foregrip. Again, if you guys want to use the sights instead, you can trade in the muzzle brake for the sight. Vertical foregrip I do not suggest trading because with that weapon you need to be extremely accurate. And yeah, that is the best gun for Call of Duty Ghosts, the SC2010. And right now I got my class for you guys, so it'll come in a couple of seconds. So as you guys can see here, I got the SC2010, muzzle brake, foregrip, and all that good stuff. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Until then, see you guys. Peace.